going on, everybody? I'm here to show off some modifications I've done to my kayak, including outriggers and a trolling motor. So check it out. I'll start it off with the front hatch. It's pretty simple to do. I think I got it on Amazon. I keep spare rope, spare parts, and a first aid kit in there. Believe it or not, in Michigan you have to have MC numbers and a registered boat because it's considered a motor boat when you put a trolling motor on there. Different Scotty mounts that I've added, cup holder, fly fish holder, and camera, kind of extended arm. These are cool. It's pipe insulation that I've glued on there, and then on top of that I've glued vinyl, and it's a nice knee pad so your knees aren't resting on the plastic. It's a sponge to get excess water out of the bottom of your kayak, and it's good for just cleaning out any debris or anything you find in there. A paddle holder, got it from Dick's. Got the paddle from Dick's too. The red things are yak grips, and they're great. Made this crate as a backrest. Took the pillow from, I think it was some sort of massage chair, laced the top with elastic cordage, used the same cord to kind of fasten it down to a Scotty mount there, and then it clips in with clips, really secure. It's a handle. It's real nice to carry it. It's so light you can carry it like a briefcase. Being the whole kayak like a briefcase. This is just a standard anchor trolley. Someone had a great idea on YouTube to use tarp tie downs and just a couple pulleys. It was really simple and really cheap and works great. Onto the outriggers. Still pretty simple. It was just PVC conduit. I put wood dowel rods and a whole lot of glue in there. And then it's just shrimp buoys that are sold cheap on Amazon. And then some C-clamps. They're going into Scotty mounts, going into Scotty track adapters, sitting on Scotty tracks. It's not for standing. There's no way you could stand in that and break all the plastic, but it's good just for stability. You know, when you have a battery in there and a motor and a bunch of stuff you don't want to flip, it's good just for keeping it where it's supposed to be. I ended up cutting the back hatch, storage hatch out, just to be able to access the back of the motor, or back of the boat. I also cut the motor. That was a 30-inch shaft. I think I took about 10-12 inches off of it. I laced the wires through this piece of PVC pipe there, just to kind of protect them a little bit. Yes, I am doing this in my kitchen. It was the middle of winter and extremely cold outside. But never nicked a wire, and it's a lot lighter. I made this motor mount out of just scrap metal laying around the house, a couple pieces of pipe from an old bike trailer, and that piece of steel, I really don't know what it was from, but it was extremely hard to drill through and extremely hard to cut. Then I just added a piece of 2x4 and bolted and screwed it on with the bolts and screws that were going through the kayak. I used like rubber tubing, put that around the bolts and screws just to kind of protect the plastic from it digging into it too much. It's really secure, not too much wiggle. The top of the motor is just a PVC elbow going into, I think it's called a table or a chair end. It's a little rubber knob on the end. And then the black tube is washer pipe, and then that's what my wire is going through. And then I took fence wire to make the pipe a little bit more rigid, because when it would turn, the wire was getting caught up on the motor bolts down there. So with the rigid in it, it kind of keeps it up and out of the way. And then the steering arm, also another YouTuber had it on there. It was a great idea with using eye bolts, and I think they're called pipe hangers. And you have to buy two, because you need two female ends, and they come like that with just with the female and the male. And then I flex sealed like everything, and since I made that video, I have changed the top a little bit. The springs that are on there allow it to snap back real good. It kind of brings it back to zero. The cable runs down through that eye bolt and then down in through brake line, just to keep it from cutting into the plastic, and then it runs down along the kayak through, I think, 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch PVC pipe. And then these foot pegs, or foot handles, I guess, I made myself out of an old backpack and some PVC pipe and some it was like some padding. I was going to use the foot pegs that came in the kayak, but it just gripped up on everything and bit on everything, and it wasn't smooth. So that's why I made the foot pegs. Ended up, being pretty smooth. Plus, I like having the foot pegs to rest my feet on. And then I had a problem with the pivot because it's a water snake motor. So the pivot mechanism is a button, and I couldn't figure out a way to hit that button. So I just took the mechanism out and added these ropes. One rope holds the motor down and in the water, so it won't pull out when I'm steering or anything like that. So it holds it nice and tight. And then when that rope goes all the way up to a cleat, when you just untie that rope, you pull another rope and it pulls the motor up out of the water. And then those are the male ends of the pipe hangers, and I reused them down there as kind of like little rings. This method worked out way better than probably anything else I would have done. This is the cleat I was telling you about. This is the ring that holds it tight and down into the water. And now it should wiggle free, and it's able to be lifted up out of the water. So now when I pull the other strap, the black handled strap, it'll lift right up out of the water, and then you can lock it on the cleat in place. And it's really smooth going up and down. It's not too hard to pull because the motor's so light. This just shows, how it looks like when it's up out of the water, and that's how I pull it around with my cart and everything. Onto the electrical, it's pretty simple. That wire goes down into the hatch that I cut a little notch for the wire, and it goes down into just regular extension wire replacement plug that I velcroed, and then that just kind of sticks under the kayak up underneath there when I'm not using it. And then that runs all the way down along the kayak. It's wrapped in wire insulation, excuse me, and then it's also wrapped in electrical tape. It splits off up here to the handle, the control handle, which is also wrapped in electrical tape and insulation. This is a, I think it's reverse polarity switch. It comes down into a PVC pipe with one of those chair ends. Ended up working really well. This is it without the PVC pipe on there. A voltmeter that I just kind of built a case around it, also with some Velcro, hot glue, PVC pipe, another one of those chair ends, and it just Velcros under there so I can keep an eye and make sure I don't run out of battery. And the battery just pushes nice and tight up in the front of the kayak, and it doesn't go anywhere. And then I have the voltmeter just wired right into it, and then I have the breaker box. I have it all taped up so no water drips on it, and a little switch that I can easily get to. It's actually a wheelchair battery. Deep cycle, you know, it's a heck of a lot lighter than any of the marine batteries. This is a video just showing how easy it is to take this off, because it looks like a lot, but I think I take it off in a decent time. I made this on YouTube editor, so I couldn't figure out a way to speed this little section up, so it might get kind of boring just watching this. I spend most of my time taking the steering wire and the pivot ropes, and just you kind of hook them on the elastic that holds that lid down. And I had the kayak on top of the car on roof racks with those wires hanging out. It seemed to do really good. They didn't whack around or anything, and I kept the whole control handle and all the wires and the battery cable wires in there, and they never came out. They're all just Velcroed up in there. And see, it's decently easy to take it out. And here's some test videos of what I did. It's got quite a bit of torque to it, if you can see it wiggling the mount. I was pretty excited about it at this point. The foot steering worked great, and that with fishing, and just pure fun is pretty cool. And it turns on a dime. I was having fun doing donuts. But yeah, that's it. It worked out really well. Thanks everybody. My dad actually helped a lot. He was a big help in helping me design a lot of this stuff. Thanks everybody.